We are Valleywide News, breaking news and events across the valley. Live on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Please like, share, and subscribe. Again, everyone, those of you just joining us on Facebook, YouTube, and X, we appreciate it. Our microphone was muted for a moment, but we are here off of Ellis Street and 58th. And again, we have a barricaded suspect. We got a Bearcat in the front of the home, Bearcat also on Adobe Road. And again, this is a barricaded suspect, apparently the brother, possibly. It's at the same home of a few weeks ago where they arrested a barricaded suspect as well. If this is in fact the brother, this is as well. He is armed, according to police, and a large police presence and SWAT team here on the scene. We appreciate you joining us. Do us a favor, like, share, and subscribe. We're live on YouTube, Facebook, X, as well as Citizen. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
We have a warrant. Exit the front door. Have nothing in your hand. Keep your hands on your head.
And as you can hear, they're calling the suspect to come out with his hands up, and
We
that
know
they.
you're inside, but we are not leaving. We will continue to make it more and more uncomfortable until you exit.
Those of you joining us on Citizen, please head on over to our Facebook, YouTube, and X.
Exit the residence, or force may be used against you.
Barricaded suspect. Yes. I think it's the brother. I think it's the brother this time. According to what I'm hearing, it's the brother. Yes. All right, everyone. So we're going to listen in. Again, we are here on the scene of a home that is familiar to some. I know that we covered a situation a few weeks back.
Michael, we know you are inside. We have a warrant. We will not leave. Exit the residence through the front door. Keep your hands on your head.
And as you can hear, they're calling out to a gentleman named Michael, who appears to be the brother of the suspect that was arrested a couple of weeks ago here at the same home. We can tell you that on Adobe Road, currently there is one Bearcat SWAT truck, as well as right where you're viewing right now on Ellis Street. And again, apparently this subject is armed, possibly. Thank you to everybody joining us on Citizen. We appreciate it. If you'd be so kind and you support independent media, please head on over to our YouTube channel, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and anytime we go live, you'll be notified. Also, we're live right now on Facebook, YouTube, as well as X. Just to bring everybody up to speed, we have a barricaded suspect and possibly on his way.
Michael, this is the police department. We have a search warrant. Exit the front door. Have nothing in your hand. Comply with all commands, or force will be used against you.
All right, everyone. So once again, just some residents asking some questions. We're live here on the scene of a barricaded suspect, once again off of Ellis Street. Some of you might remember from a few weeks ago, similar scene. This, in fact, is the same home, but apparently this time around, it is the brother of the suspect that was arrested several weeks ago in a similar incident, barricaded in the home. We do have Bearcat on both the front end of the house as well as the back. We appreciate everybody joining us on Citizen. Again, it is reported that he is possibly armed. They are calling him to come out with his hands up and come out peacefully. Again, you never know how these type of situations will go. They do have a warrant. We're not sure what the warrant is for, but we can tell you that pretty intense scene. Bearcats on Adobe Road, as well as where you're looking right now. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, X, and Citizen as well. And hopefully we're in a pretty safe spot.
Michael, we know you're inside. Make sure you enter the residence. Exit the front door, have nothing in your hand. We have a warrant for the residence. We cannot leave. Comply with all commands. Report their views against you.
All right, and we just want to let everybody know that if you live in the area, your best bet is to probably at this point try and stay indoors. Again, this suspect possibly armed here off of Ellis Street. SWAT is on scene, and if this looks familiar, in fact it should. Several weeks ago, a similar situation with SWAT, same house. Apparently this time around it's the brother of the suspect from several weeks ago. And we can't confirm that. We did hear that on our way in, but that's what it's sounding like. So again, hopefully we're in a somewhat safe area. They are calling out to a gentleman named Michael to come out of the home. He has a warrant and to come out with his hands up. One more time, on Adobe Road, we have Bearcat and undercover police against the back wall of the home, as well as Bearcat and undercover here in the front of the home, calling out to the suspect once again. Thank you to everybody joining us. Once again, to everybody that might be watching us that lives in this particular neighborhood off of Ellis Street and 58th here in Mesa, Arizona. Once again, we have a barricaded suspect. We hear that he is possibly armed. They're calling out to Michael, who is in the residence, to come out with his hands up and come out peacefully. Again, for everyone's sake, we hope that that is the case. As we understand it, this possibly could be the brother of the suspect that was taken into custody with a similar type barricaded situation, same home, several weeks ago. Those of you joining us on Citizen, if you'd like, we're zoomed in pretty close and got a lot better shot. Please go over to our Facebook, YouTube, or X at Valleywide News to get a better close-up as well. And this is probably the more intense situation. Hopefully he is not armed, but we are understanding that it is possible he is armed. And hopefully he does come out peacefully and without issue. Not yet. They're still calling him out. They're still calling him? Yes. Yeah, but and I was wrong, so I All right, everyone. Just speaking to some neighbors again. All's been quiet for a few moments here, but I can tell you that they are trying to call out again to the suspect named Michael, which is possibly the brother. We can't confirm it, but we're hearing it's possibly the brother of the suspect that was arrested about 2 weeks ago. Same home, same type of barricaded situation. This particular gentleman has a warrant, and they're trying to get him out as well peacefully. Again, just to point out, it's likely this home right here where we put our circle. Again, directly in front of this home, they are calling out to Michael. Again, hopefully, we feel a little bit vulnerable. We're out in the open. Hopefully, he comes out peacefully. And again, seemingly it's the brother of the suspect from a few weeks ago. And that was some of our newer technology here. Again, able to draw a circle. You can see the Bearcat right in this area. And again, on Adobe Road, we've got a Bearcat as well, and several unmarked police officers protecting the back wall to make sure he doesn't exit out of the back, as well as the Bearcat and a bunch of police officers and SWAT here on the scene in the front of the home. Those of you joining us on Citizen, if you'd like to get a better view, we are zoomed in quite a bit. We're on YouTube, Facebook and X at Valleywide News. The best way to support independent media is to click that subscribe, click the follow button, notifications, and that's the best way to support us, and we appreciate you joining us. Again, for the past 5 minutes or so, we haven't heard them call out to Michael. He is still barricaded inside the home, possibly armed, and they have a warrant for his arrest. And so they've made it clear that they will not be leaving the scene until he comes out, one way or another. And again, hopefully comes out peacefully. And again, you could see several neighbors right in this location. Out front. A little close to the scene in my personal opinion, but however, again, because of the fact that he is possibly armed, we hope that he comes out peacefully, and again, without issue. So we are going to stick here for the long haul, stay live with everyone, and this could be a long drawn out thing where he doesn't come out and they start to send in less than lethal to force him to come out. And as we've seen in other situations like this, they don't hesitate to move the Bearcat in closer to break out windows, walls, and so on, if they need to put in heavier doses of the tear gas to try and get the subject out. If you know anybody in this area, again, also please share this out. It's the best way to support the independent media, which is what we are. And if you click the subscribe, follow button, it helps us out tremendously. All right, everyone. Once again, Valleywide News, breaking news here on the scene of a barricaded suspect. If this area looks familiar, the home looks familiar, it should be. This is same home from about 2 weeks ago. Apparently, this is the brother of the same suspect that was arrested and barricaded as well 2 weeks ago. I think it was more at night, if I remember correctly. And again, we're right off of Ellis Street and 58th. And it appears that this time around it's a warrant for the brother of the same suspect. About 7 minutes or so ago, calling out to Michael, who is barricaded currently in the home. They saw him walk in there or saw him in there. We have SWAT team members and a Bearcat on both the front of the house as well as the back wall of the house off of Adobe Road. And here we are, a large number of police presence and SWAT calling out to the suspect to come out. Basically, it's the same house. I know, right? Exactly. All right, everyone. So once again, it's been fairly quiet for about 10 minutes or so. And again, they're calling Michael to come out peacefully with his hands up. But at the moment, he is barricaded in the home. SWAT team on both the front and the rear of the home. And again, possibly armed, as we're understanding it as we were coming in. And the hope is that he comes out peacefully. Once again, we appreciate each and every one of you joining us across all of our social media. We are independent media, Valleywide News, breaking news and events here and across the valley, live on Citizen, Facebook, YouTube, and X. Currently off of Ellis Street on the scene of a barricaded suspect. SWAT on both sides of the home, both the front and the rear, calling out to Michael to come out with his hands up. They have a warrant for his arrest, and hopefully he will come out peacefully. And once again, those of you that might find this location a little familiar, unfortunately to the neighbors around here, it is in fact very familiar. It is the same home that a few weeks ago, likely from what we're hearing, again, the brother of the suspect from 2 weeks ago now barricaded himself as well in the home. Stay by, everybody. We're going to try and get our citizen live feed back up. Our phone is overheating on that particular location. Once again, live on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Please share this out. All right, everyone. Once again, we apologize. We're live on Citizen once again. One of our phones overheated, so this particular phone doesn't have as good of a zoom as the other one. However, we can say we are still live here on the scene. If you'd like, please head on over to our Facebook, YouTube, or X, wherever you consume social media. We're live there as well. Again, for about the past 10 to 15 minutes, it's been awfully quiet. No more call-outs to the suspect to come out at this moment. And all we know is that he's still barricaded in the home, refusing to come out at this time. All right, everyone. So hopefully our phone won't overheat on our iPhone at this point. We apologize. The other cell phone did overheat. Again, still live here on the scene off of Ellis Street and 58th Street, backing up to Adobe Road. And again, live here on the scene on Citizen, Facebook, YouTube, and X. We appreciate everybody joining us. Please share this out. Once again, a barricaded suspect. Same home as a few weeks ago. This time it appears to be the brother of the same suspect from a few weeks ago. Now, also refusing to come out peacefully. A little while ago, calling out Michael to come out with his hands up and peacefully. And again, so far, that hasn't been the case. And so here we are live on the scene, SWAT and Bearcat on the back of the home as well as here on the front of the home. And all's been quiet for right now, trying to get this suspect out. So once again, our hope is that he comes out peacefully and doesn't prolong it any further or anything more dangerous. Again, we are hearing that he's possibly armed, so hopefully, again, that it doesn't get to that situation. All right, so sorry about that. Our iPhone appears to be doing a similar situation. We're going to try and see if we can those of you on Citizen, do us a favor. Head on over to our Facebook, YouTube, and X. We're having some heating related issues with our phone. Yo.
You already missed the tear gas.
Oh, yeah?
This is the second time this week I've been hit with tear gas.
We're live on it.
What?
We're live on it. But
So, no, SWAT's inside right now. They've already made entry. They made entry to the house on with tear gas first time. They broke some more windows. Way more tear gas inside now.
send it to me automatically.
Did you? Okay, you're good then.
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you, Sierra. All right, everyone. Well, we were talking to one of our media partners, independent media partners, that is, iSky News, who's also here on the scene. She was here at a friend's house, actually, on the block, and so she is within the perimeter. Here's what we know. We got some updated information. Apparently, possibly, and we can't confirm this, this is what we're hearing from her, who's hearing it from others, that they have made entry into the home. Tear gas was lobbed into the home earlier before we got on scene. He is still barricaded within the home, and they have a small drone and several SWAT members inside the home trying to get this suspect out. And that is likely why it's been so quiet without calling the suspect out, because they are actually made entry into the home, and again trying to get him out peacefully and get him into custody. Once again, SWAT members on the front and the rear of the home to make sure he doesn't get out. And here we stand. They have a small drone within the home trying to locate the suspect, and again to get him out safely, peacefully, without incident. And once again, we can't confirm it. We can only say that, from what we understand, several SWAT team members are inside the home, as well as a small drone trying to get the suspect out peacefully. And we hope, in fact, that's the case. Again, barricaded suspect, apparently armed. And so here we wait. Whoops, sorry about that, everyone. We hit the cable, we apologize. And once again, tear gas lobbed into the home, and as we understand it right now, he's still barricaded with somewhere within the home, small POV drone trying to locate him, as well as several SWAT team members within the house. All right, everyone, and once again, we're live back on Citizen. We have one of our little cooling units on our cell phone to try and keep things cool.
Anything going on lately?
Just that still inside.
Look at the tear gas.
They did, and now he's still barricaded somewhere in there, and apparently have some small drone in there, one of the little POV drones, trying to find where he's at.
Well, they can't even find him.
No, and they have apparently some SWAT team.
Do they know who it is?
Yeah, whoever Michael is,
Yeah.
it's the brother apparently of
Someone that lives there?
somebody that lives there.
Oh,
Brother
God.
who was arrested a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
Similar
they were
type.
there 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I remember this street now.
Oh, great.
Unfortunately, I'm sorry.
That's gonna be great.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Oh no, that's your camera.
Yeah.
I wanted to see the SWAT team go in there and
Right?
crash it down.
Yeah, supposedly there's some SWAT, from what we're hearing from some people in there, there is some SWAT
Yeah.
made their way into the
Yeah,
home.
I saw them do that.
And so they're still trying to find him. I wouldn't doubt that he's maybe hiding in the attic or something like that. So.
Gosh. Can I go underneath this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
You're good.
Gosh, I mean, how do you like that tear gas?
They cover their face and they have ways to.
Yeah. Wow. Could be here a while, huh?
Yeah.
See you later.
See you later. Bye. All right, everyone. So once again, here's what we know. Hopefully we're still good on Citizen. We're going to try and keep this going. We've got a battery pack and a cooling unit on our phone. We do apologize on Citizen. It did overheat. So to bring you up to speed from what we were saying on our Facebook, YouTube, and X, which we're also live on, what we've heard from one of our media partners who's also here on the scene, and you saw some of her videos earlier, Sierra from iSky News, as we're understanding it. They have sent in a small POV drone as well as several SWAT team members to locate the suspect, Michael. And so that's the reason we haven't heard them call out to him to come out peacefully, as they've made their way inside, again, possibly armed, or armed as we understand it. And so a very crucial situation and timing going on right now, and very dangerous for the SWAT team members on the inside. And again, a small POV drone trying to locate the suspect. And again, I've seen in situations like this, not saying or confirming that's where he is, but he could be hidden in the attic of the home, hiding anywhere. And again, so this is where we are. We're live here on the scene on Facebook, YouTube, X, and Citizen. We appreciate each and every one of you joining us, Valley-Wide News, on some breaking news. Nope.
There was 10 police and SWAT on the street out there. Now it's Mason here.
Yeah. One thing we're hearing is that from somebody that one of our other small but they have a couple of SWAT team members as well.
You gotta wonder what he's doing.
I mean, some of the people that I don't want to say who, but we've heard from some people that
Wow.
which is dangerous for everyone.
Yeah. That's where you're near here for the dog.
Yeah.
It's all about a method.
And more.
I mean, dude, you know you're doing wrong. I mean, you know they're coming.
Right. Eventually.
You know they're coming. I
What's
mean,
gonna run
they
out?
came for your brother or whatever.
Right.
You know they're coming.
Right. Exactly right. All right, everyone. So once again, hopefully we stick to our live here on Citizen. We apologize about those few breaks. in the live broadcast, we can tell you that our phone was overheating, so now we have a little cooler on it, backed up by our battery backup, so hopefully we'll stay here live. Again, those of you that want to see a closer view than what we have on Citizen, please head on over to our Facebook, YouTube, or X. And here we have Tempe SWAT truck pulling in right now to the front side of the home. Now we can tell you this is the SWAT truck that was on the street side, possibly, and again you can see SWAT team members moving into the front of the home. As we understand it, once again, the several SWAT members have made it into the home interior, and they have a small drone deployed within the home as well. Again, situations like this where they do not know where the suspect is within the house, it becomes extremely dangerous, and the fact that he's possibly armed as well make it a very stressful situation for SWAT, as well as everyone in the area. Again, you can see a second SWAT truck that is now on the front side of the house, and again, hopefully he comes out peacefully at this point. So once again, you can see SWAT moving in, a second truck. This happens to be Tempe SWAT on the scene as well as Mesa. And again, you can see the long guns, and they are taking positions in front of the home here. Again, at this moment, Michael, the suspect who is inside that they were calling out to come out earlier peacefully, has not done so at this time. We did hear from some others that were closer to the scene that were able to stay within the area. Once again, Sierra, our independent media partner, iSky News, and our understanding is there are a few SWAT team members within the home at this time, as well as a small drone trying to locate the suspect here on the scene. Once again, barricaded suspect off of Ellis Street and 58th. And once again, those of you that might see this as a familiar scene or area, this is in fact the home where 2 weeks ago the brother of this particular suspect was arrested at the home for a different type of incident, but as well a barricaded situation. And here we are again 2 weeks later or so with a similar situation. Now I can let you guys know that are on Citizen, our phone is starting to warm up again. We do still have this cooler on it, trying our best to keep it as cool as possible. So if we lose our live feed, we are going to leave it off. However, please head on over to our YouTube, Facebook, and X. We are live on the scene, and we'll stay here live for as long as it takes for this suspect to come out. And once again, the reason it's quiet is because we are understanding that SWAT, several members have made it to the inside of the home, as well as a small POV drone trying to locate the suspect and have him come out peacefully. Once again, those of you on our social media channels at Valleywide News, we got a zoomed in shot, a bunch of SWAT team members standing out front, as well as 2 SWAT trucks, Bearcats, in front of the home. So still a very active scene, and again, our hope is that he comes out peacefully. Once again, those of you joining us on Citizen, we are also live on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Those on Citizen, if in fact our live feed goes down again due to our phone overheating, which we're doing our best to avoid this time around with a little portable air conditioner on it, please head on over to our YouTube, Facebook, or X, where we will stay live as long as we have to until this scene is clear. All right, everyone. So once again, still here, live on the scene, barricaded suspect, gentleman named Michael. And the only reason we know that is they were calling him out over the loudspeaker several times to come out peacefully. So far, that hasn't happened. Several SWAT team members from the Tempe SWAT as well as Mesa SWAT here on the scene trying to make entry into the home. Bear with me one moment. I have a resident asking a question, everyone. All right, everyone. Sorry about that. So again, Michael barricaded within the home. Several SWAT team members have apparently, from witnesses on the scene, have entered the home, as well as a POV drone to try and get the suspect to come out peacefully. As of right now, that hasn't been the case. And again, we are understanding that he is possibly armed as well. And so our hope is that he comes out peacefully and without issue. And again, if this home looks familiar, it is, because about 2 weeks ago, the suspect's brother was also barricaded within the same home and arrested at night. Not sure if it's the same type of situation or similar with the similar incident, but we can tell you he was as well barricaded and came out peacefully eventually and was arrested. And here we are with, as we're understanding it, his brother barricaded at this time as well within the home and refusing to come out. And again, we have Mesa SWAT on scene as well as Tempe. And again, the address here, we're off of Ellis Street, the 5800 block of Ellis Street, East Ellis Street, that is, to be specific, as well, North 800th block of 58th Street, backing up to Adobe Road. And as residents around here saying, a fairly quiet neighborhood, other than today and 2 weeks ago, where the brother of this suspect that's barricaded currently was also barricaded and came out eventually peacefully. We can tell you that the suspect in this case is Michael. They do have a warrant for his arrest, and we're currently waiting in the hope of him coming out peacefully. As we understand it, several SWAT team members are within the home, as well as a small drone to try and locate him. And those of you joining us on Citizen, if you'd like, and we have any connection issues, please head on over to our YouTube channel. It's also the best way to support independent media. We are Valleywide News on YouTube, Facebook, and X. And the best way to support us is to click the like, share, and the subscribe button. Click notification bells, all that fun stuff. And you'll get notified anytime we go live on the scene of any breaking news and events here around Arizona. All right, and those of you on our Facebook, YouTube, and X, we're going to send you over to a different screen for the moment. We have to switch out batteries. We're trying to do that as quickly as possible on our camera without interruption to the video. And we're not going anywhere, so bear with us. We'll be right back. Once again, anybody that lives in the area on Ellis Street we do see, if you live on Ellis Street, we see several neighbors out. At the moment, it seems peaceful, but again, the scary part is that this suspect is possibly armed, and so anything could happen in a situation like this. All right, everyone. Sorry about that. We forgot to switch back to the one screen back where our live camera is. We're back live. We apologize about that. We did have to switch out our battery on our live camera. So, in fact, we're back on the scene. Again, still no change as of right now. Suspect is still currently barricaded, and we're still waiting for hopefully a peaceful resolution here. Stand by. We just want to make sure we're live on all our social media. We did have some a little bit of technical difficulty, but stand by, everyone. All right, everyone. So once again, we truly appreciate any of you that have came here for the long haul. We appreciate it. We're live on all our social media, Facebook, YouTube, and X, as well as live on our Citizen channel. Still barricaded situation, and we appreciate anybody joining us for this long, extended broadcast. Again, hopefully the suspect comes out peacefully. Again, it is the brother of the suspect at the same home only about 2 weeks ago, who also had a barricaded type situation and was arrested. And here we are today, live on the scene with his brother, who is also currently barricaded within the home. There's a guy barricaded within the house, refusing to come out to police.
This is going to be on the news.
Yeah, probably. Yes. Leaving? Yeah, but I'm muted. Hi, Dad. How you doing? Yeah, I have. He was on the one scene from a while ago. How you doing? Got it. yeah. I know, right? Yeah, I've seen those guys out there, right? Water damage and stuff. That's awesome. I know. That's true. There you go. That's it, right? Bye, guys. All right, everyone. So here we're hearing a little more information, and again, we cannot confirm it. We don't want to say 100%, but that was one of our independent media partners, iSky News, who was a lot closer than we were because they were at a friend's house right on the same block. And so, as we understand it, she did say that they heard one or two low caliber shots from within the home and a SWAT team member coming out with a thumbs down. What that means, we're not sure. And that could mean a couple of things, that the suspect is down or possibly shot himself. We don't know. And so that's where we are right now. So we will stick around as long as possible to try and see what's going on. And again, if we don't get anything immediately, once we get a press release, we will update all our social media channels as to what happened and what the final outcome was.
Do you know if they want anybody through? I live on the street.
Yeah.
Like, how do I get home?
So all I know is you can ask for help.
Okay.
It's possible. I just know one or two cars go out. They have to be in my name.
Okay.
So maybe the address tonight.
Okay.
But the guys are in there. They might not go out more because somebody said that it's a lot closer. So you might be able to get it. I did see people coming out, but I don't know if that's
That has anything to do with the choice that happened. I'm also sketchy, so.
same house.
Copies of
Right.
Yeah.
But you could double check. I mean, if you live somewhere in the
Yeah. I could click my garage door and it'll open.
how far in are
I'm just like,
you? Might be. Yeah, double check.
thank you. You seem less intimidated than they are,
Oh,
so I
thank
was
you.
like, I'll come here first.
All right.
Thanks.
You're welcome. She'll be very nice, I promise. You're welcome. All right, everyone. So once again, here we are, still on the scene. And again, we don't want to say anything that we're hearing is confirmed by any means. So we want you to take what I'm saying right now with a grain of salt. But we did hear from one of our independent media partners who was only feet from the scene that some SWAT team members, they did hear actually two shots which sounded like 22 caliber, lower caliber. You can tell the difference if you know the type of device, but a gun rather, that is, that they heard two shots from within the home. Again, SWAT team was inside, and one of the SWAT team members, this according to witnesses, came out and gave a thumbs down. Now, we don't want to speculate as to what that might be 100%, but we can only assume some things and cannot confirm them again, that whether this suspect took his own life or was shot by SWAT team members. We're not sure. If what they're saying is true and it sounded like a low caliber weapon, that could mean that the suspect shot himself and took his own life. That, because the SWAT team members have a lot larger caliber weapons, and so hopefully that's not the case. But here we are right now, and we're going to stick around and see. And again, the only thing we can say is that the entire scene itself, SWAT team members and all, have calmed down a little bit. So here we are, and we're going to wait to see what we can find out. Because I can tell you in the past 10 minutes or so, there hasn't been much movement with SWAT on the outside or anywhere. And a lot of the SWAT team members, it looks like, have made their way in the home in a calm manner. Again, could mean from those shots that, in fact, he took his own life. But we will wait to see and get confirmation on that. But again, that's what we're hearing from some people that were a lot closer than we are. So we'll wait to see if in fact, that is the case. All right, and we have a Mesa fire truck moving in right now. Again, once again, to bring everybody up to speed, this is Valleywide News, breaking news and events, and we're live here on Breaking News off of East Ellis Street and 58th Street, backing up to Adobe Road here in Mesa, Arizona. Quite some time ago, SWAT calling out to Michael to come out with his hands up and peacefully. And so a standoff and barricaded situation began, and one of our media partners, again, just to bring you up to speed, those of you just joining us, so that's why we repeat it, to try and shorten it down for everybody, because we've been live here on the scene for about an hour. One of our independent media partners, iSky News, was a lot closer and mentioned just before leaving that they did hear at least possibly 2 small caliber gunshots. And so what that means and what we can make of it, we're not sure yet. We don't know if the suspect that they were looking for inside Michael did in fact take his own life, or what the situation is. But here we are, and hopefully we'll find some kind of answer. And again, if we don't bring it to you right away, because these type of situations, once they unfold and it's brought to a resolution, it's quite some time before the PIO will put out some information as to what happened. Again, we will update everyone as soon as we get the answers on our Facebook, YouTube, X, as well as Citizen. Again, about 3:50 in the afternoon, some people coming home that live on the block trying to get past. Again, all I can tell you is that no more call-outs to the suspect. The scene has substantially quieted down. What exactly that means in relation to the possible gunshots, 2 gunshots that were heard in the home, we're not sure. And again, we can only speculate that it's possible the suspect took his own life, because some of the SWAT team members who came out of the home that were inside put a thumbs down. So that's where we are at this time, and again, we will update you as soon as we find out more. In the meantime, we're live on the scene. And those of you joining us on all our social media, we truly apologize. One person out here, and we've got a number of people in chat on our YouTube, Facebook, as well as Citizen and X. And unfortunately, we just can't get to all those questions. So that's why I repeat it so many times live out here on the scene. And again, we're seeing some movement out front now. We're not sure where we stand at this moment in regards to the suspect. But what we can say is the posture has changed amongst the SWAT team members substantially in the past 10 or 15 minutes or so, which could link up to what iSky News was mentioning on our way out in relation to the 2 gunshots heard within the home. Again, those of you on Citizen, if you'd like and you want to support independent media here in Arizona, please subscribe on our YouTube channel. Click the notification bell. That way you get notified anytime we go live. You can follow us and subscribe on, on our X channel at Valleywide News, as well as Facebook. You can follow us there, and anytime we go live with breaking news or events here in the Valley, across Arizona, you'll be notified. Okay, so we are seeing, those of you, it's hard to see on our Citizen, but we are zoomed pretty far in, and we see 1 or 2 SWAT members. Actually, there's a second SWAT team member going in with a face mask on. That could be from earlier when they sent tear gas and less than lethal into the home. Again, we're trying to figure things out live here on the scene, and obviously a very fluid situation, so we can only go by what we're seeing from our lens at the moment. Again, at some point, Mesa will send out a press release, and we will update each and every one of our social media channels as to the outcome. Oh, do they?
Yeah, they're all on the ground.
Oh.
Girls and boys.
Interesting.
can't see it, so they might have had a couple of them.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been 2 weeks ago. It feels like deja vu. Now it makes sense. I know where I'm at. Sorry for you guys. All right, thank you. All right, everyone. Well, that was one of the neighbors coming from around the corner. And here's what we could say. Let me just adjust my camera just a little bit. Off to the left-hand side of our viewing area, as we understand it, there's 4 or 5 people in custody. Guys and girls, younger and older, is what they're telling us. And again, that's off back behind this silver SUV at the other end of the block. So what it appears to happen is that there's, and from neighbors saying it, and again, cannot confirm it, but this is what we're understanding, that this was some type of drug house, a lot of people coming and going at all different hours and times, and it kind of matches up. Some people have said that they were doing some type of meth lab. Again, we cannot confirm this, so we don't want to make it as gospel. But a lot of neighbors have been saying this, a lot of people coming and going. So to the left of your viewing screen, there are several people in custody. We don't want to move right now because we got a great shot. So there were several people within the home. Again, 4 or 5 people in custody off to the left around the corner of this block. Again, likely leaving Michael, the suspect, barricaded in the house. Things are starting to come together. Again, we did hear from somebody that was really close to the scene that earlier there was 2 shots. And a SWAT team member coming out with thumbs down. What does that mean? What can we derive from it? It's possible that this suspect took his own life within the home. We can't confirm it. Of course, we're going to find out the details as things progress and as this situation winds down at some point. Again, the posture of all the SWAT team members has changed to a more calm type situation. And so it's all assumptions at this time. And again, all we can say is we're live here on the scene and we're going to stick around till the end. And again, there's 4 or 5 people, guys and girls, in custody right now on the other side of the block and that were brought out from the home. So once again, at the moment, everything is fairly quiet. Again, to sum it up, and this is just from what we're hearing from people that were around the corner on the other side, 4 or 5 people in custody, guys and girls, younger and older, that were brought out from the house, in custody, in cuffs, around the corner. Leaving only Michael, the suspect, barricaded in the home. Again, everything has changed about 20 minutes ago. And again, once we did hear from somebody that was a lot closer that they heard 2 shots. And then the scene went quiet, and one of the SWAT team members coming out with his thumbs down. We're not sure what that means. We will find out, and again, we will bring you up to date, whether in text on our social media at a later point, but we will update everyone in the area. Again, this is the same home that approximately 2 weeks ago, the brother of the suspect was also barricaded within the home and eventually came out and was arrested. Any of you that are being troopers and sticking around all this time on any of our social media, Facebook, YouTube, X, or Citizen 765 on Citizen, we truly appreciate it. This is extended coverage. We want to keep the community here in the area informed of the situation going on, and obviously a tense situation. Barricaded suspects, several guys and girls, according to a witness, some younger, in custody off to the left of your viewing screen, and in custody that were brought out from the home. Again, Michael, the suspect, still inside. 2 gunshots heard earlier. We don't want to say exactly what that might be, or because we don't know at the moment, but we can tell you that the posture of all the SWAT team members here on the scene has significantly calmed down, which could mean the worst for the suspect at this time, and we will wait to find out exactly what's going on. And again, we apologize that we can't monitor any of the chat. Hopefully everybody in chat on all our social media is behaving with one another, and again, we're live here on the scene, 4:07 p.m. on this Thursday, November 13th, and a barricaded suspect within this home that's only being described by neighbors, more than one, as a possible drug house, meth, and so on. Again, can't confirm that, but we're just going by what a lot of witnesses and neighbors are saying, and a lot of police activity that has been taking place at this home. All right, it's possible we just saw somebody coming out. Is that the suspect? We're not sure. Yes, it looks like it is the suspect. You see that suspect right now in handcuffs. On Citizen, we cannot zoom in any further, but you can see police bringing the suspect out. So thankfully, those gunshots were not the worst case scenario. You can see the suspect being brought across the street, leaning forward. Looks like, again, that is where the other suspects that were within the home were brought as well. So far what we can say is this hopefully is the that hopefully that is the suspect and that we have come to a peaceful resolution here. You did see that suspect walking across in handcuffs. And so we're going to stick around just a few more minutes. Again, it looks like a peaceful resolution. We can say that 3 or 4, possibly 5 other suspects brought out of the home off to the left-hand side where you just saw that suspect that was cuffed being brought. And so those people, guys and girls, were brought out of the home and are in custody. And hopefully the person just brought out, the gentleman that was just brought out, is Michael, in fact, and that the situation is under control and that we have it a peaceful resolution. Looks like he came out.
They got him out?
Yeah. All right, everyone. So once again, we can see just moments ago a gentleman being brought out of the front of the home in a peaceful manner in cuffs. Again, hopefully that is the suspect, Michael. And again, as we understand it from some others that were around the corner, that there are 4 or 5, both guys and girls in custody off to the left of your screen that were also brought out from the home. So again, that suspect looks like was able to be brought out peacefully. Thank goodness. And is in custody. He was already brought over, so apparently there was somebody else. But anyway, 4 or 5 guys and girls down. Brought out of the home.
Yes.
Thankfully, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully it'll be longer this time around. All right, everyone. Again, our hope always in situations like this is that the suspect gives up peacefully. Those of you that joined us only a week ago or a couple of days ago, drawing a blank on the exact time when we were at a barricaded suspect as well, and he shot out with a shotgun 3 shots out of the home after they lobbed heavy tear gas in. Again, thankfully that didn't happen with this situation, and as we understand it, yeah, you can see now all of the SWAT team members out of the home. Again, it looks like the suspect, Michael, who they were calling out, is in custody, as well as several others that were within the home, both guys and girls, some younger. From what we understand, they're around the corner from your viewing area, from where we're seeing right now to the left, in handcuffs and as well in custody. So at least 5 or 6 people right now in custody, all from this home. And that's the situation. And thankfully, again, all a peaceful resolution. And whatever we were hearing, and that's why we say when we do that it's only speculation and we can't confirm anything, that those 2 shots. Were there 2 shots that is a possibility, and we don't know 100% what was going on in there. We will get a briefing from the public information officer, whether it's tonight or via an email later on this evening, as to more details as to what happened. But again, thankfully, a peaceful resolution to the situation here tonight, and nobody hurt. Everybody goes home safely, all the SWAT team members and police officers, and that's great news. The suspect and several others being taken to jail and are in custody. So once again, our hopes is for all the people in this neighborhood that this is the end of what can only be described as a crime spree type home. Again, 2 weeks ago, the brother of this gentleman, Michael, being arrested and barricaded as well. And here we are, a peaceful resolution. We want to thank each and every one of you. We've got 800 or so people on Citizen watching this extended coverage of Valleywide News, breaking news with a barricaded suspect. Everything happening peacefully. After about several hours, the suspect, Michael, being brought out in cuffs, and thankfully no injuries to officers or anyone else at this time. Thank you to each and every one of you joining us. Until the next one, be safe out there, everyone. And we are Valleywide News. Have a good night.
Mm-hmm.